Hey guys, so let's go ahead and get started with today's collective. Just cleansing the space a little bit. Make sure we get rid of all them fucked up energies that could be in the air. Happy new moon, happy Taurus season to all the Tauruses out there. Happy birthday. This is one of my favorite seasons because I am a Taurus moon, so I love it. It's beautiful for me. Okay, so all seasons are beautiful in their own way, but this one is especially personal, okay? So I'm going to start by using the Oracle of Visions by Ciro Marchetti. This is one of my favorites. Just the art is so cute. So let's go ahead and set the theme for today's collective. And FYI, I am thinking about maybe opening up personal readings again. Let me know how y'all feel about that, okay? So what's today's theme? Oh, okay. Number 32. All right, so number 32 represents memories, lessons learned, choices made. A woman closes her eyes as she contemplates treasured memories from the past. She releases to the world all the details of her thoughts and feelings, successes and failures, good times and bad. Remembered moments fly about her as pages from a diary swirl like falling leaves. From an open locket, a golden light streams with images of loves lost but not forgotten. Embracing a favorite doll that remains with her, still she relives all that has been. This card captures tender moments and childhood joys. Interesting. So it's going to have something to do with memories of the choices made in the past, maybe. We'll see. All right. Let's see. First set for today's collective, please. And remember, guys, FYI, another thing. You guys remember that Angry Reacts get an immediate ban on my page, right? I've had several people message me asking why I block them. I'm like, well, I only block people who angry react or if they're offering readings. So I don't think you've done that one because I remember who offers readings. So you probably angry reacted. So let's not do that. Okay. Pay attention to what you're doing, especially during Mercury retrograde where there's a lot of, technical glitches. All right. First set for today's collective. And we're using the Tarot of the Golden Wheel. Okay. The Magician. I'm going to take that one as the first one. The Empress. Ooh. First set, please. Oh, we're already starting with allergies. The Lovers, wow. All major arcana to start off with. Okay, last one. Knight of Swords. And I'm also going to do something a little different today. So I'm only going to pull out the clarifiers when there's something I really, really want to look into. You'll see in a minute what I mean. So this is interesting because we're starting right off the bat with a really impactful choice. This Knight of Swords manifested getting into a relationship with an Empress. I don't see why that would be a bad thing. So, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Could be that they manifested a really good thing and then messed it up. We'll see. But this is the first set. A Knight of Swords manifested a connection, a really deep love bond with an Empress. Got into a relationship with her or some sort of connection with her. Okay. Let's see. Maybe because of the new moon, I feel like trying something different. Just go with it, okay? Next set, we've got the Moon. Let's see. Already what I'm getting with that Moon is that, you know, everybody wants to manifest an Emperor or an Empress, but just because they manifest an Emperor or an Empress doesn't mean that they understand everything that entails getting into a relationship with someone like that. So when this person manifested this Empress, they were focused on how sweet it would be, you know, how beautiful it would be to have that person's love. But they were totally clueless about how much they would have to learn, how much they were going to learn about themselves along the way. Because an Emperor or an Empress will have really strong boundaries, will have high expectations, but not because they're just demanding. It's because they bring that type of energy. Like, they have high expectations of themselves first and foremost. They're ambitious, they're hardworking, they're goal-driven. And this person was just, I feel like they were in a very romantic, like, oh my God, think about how wonderful it would be to be in a connection with an Empress. All the love I would feel. So here's the thing. I believe that the universe allows us, like if I was sitting here trying to manifest an Emperor, but I'm not ready for an Emperor, then maybe that Emperor needed some sort of work on themselves that I provided. Like I aspect them in such a way that it would help them grow in that area of life. Then the universe would allow us to come together, because it's like they're both going to learn from this connection. So I feel that's what's happening here. This Knight of Swords was able to manifest an Empress, because there's something she needed to learn from them, and they needed to learn something about being with someone like her. So with the Six of Swords, I believe that it could also be this knight came from a Five of Swords situation. Maybe they came from a situation where they just felt defeated all the time. They felt, you know, hurt a lot. And so they focused on a really pure, like a really pure love. They wanted the type of love that you could truly put this person on a pedestal and not be disappointed. The thing about that is that's asking for a lot, right? They're showing up as a Page of Wheels, which means they're about to learn. They're about to, actually, this is what I meant when I said, let's look into, I'm going to use the clarifiers when I want to see what I'm looking into. Let's see. Tell us about, where did this, what type of connection was this knight coming from? What type of connection did he have before? Ace of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Five of Wands, King of Wands. One more. I feel one more. Page of Cups. The Ace of Swords. Okay. So this knight also at the beginning had a connection with this Queen of Pentacles, where he felt she was that type, very pure. She came off as somebody who was practical, committed, wanted to, you know, be invested for the long haul. But there's a couple of things here that change that. First of all, Five of Wands. It was like she, first of all, she's very combative, even though she doesn't look it, right? She looks very calm. With the Five of Wands, she actually is very combative, and several things are happening here. One, I feel like she is a lot more masculine than the energy she gives off. She represents very feminine, but when you get to know her, she has a very masculine energy. She has to be in control. And a King of Wands is definitely going to run over a Knight of Swords. So I feel like this Knight of Swords felt like he would get run over a lot. Two, we have Six Wands here, which means that she liked a lot of attention. So This is going to lead to obviously a lack of trust, because if the Knight is busy and can't give her attention, that means she's going to get it somewhere else. And that caused problems, of course. And 3, I feel like there was specifically a King of Wands in her life that, since they could match her, had them crushing on each other, had them flirting with each other. So that's where this Knight freed himself. I was like, oh no, I can't do this. They might have even had an affair. I don't see deception per se, but I do see him holding back and saying, no, I don't want this type of connection. This isn't for me. So it wasn't deception. It was more like, how do I put this? Because he manifested an Empress, it's almost like he understands, well, women are naturally going to get a lot of attention, but I want someone that has really high standards. Someone that isn't going to be paying attention to every Tom, Dick, and Harry that passes by. She's, you know, a cut above the rest in a lot of different ways. So he did manifest that. And that's how he ended up with the Empress. However, with the Moon card, I don't think he's fully aware of what he signed up for. And we'll see what tarot means by that. Let's see. Next set. Oof, 5 of Swords. See? Told you he just came from a 5 of Swords. The Emperor. The Hierophant. And the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, interesting. With the Tower. Holy shit. Okay. So remember when I said that this Knight had been dealing with the Queen of Pentacles, who actually was more King of Wands, but presented herself as a Queen of Pentacles. She was very combative. Part of the things that she would say to them was like, you're not even a man. Like, you're not, I'm more of a man than you are. So, of course, things like that are going to fuck with a person's head. It doesn't matter which side it is. Because a man can also say that to a woman. I'm more feminine than you are. I'm more womanly than you are. Meaning it as an insult. So, in this case, it was meant as an insult for this Knight. I'm more of a masculine than you are. I was taught a lot more about how to be this way than you were. So it's almost like it prompted him to want to grow into that. It prompted him to, but it's like he chose a very specific type of person. He manifested a very specific type of person. He manifested an Empress that would almost inspire him. With the Tower, it was like he wanted to be around a feminine that would inspire such devotion, such masculine energy by just being who she was. That's, again, that's a lot to ask. Next set. Okay, see? It flipped over in reverse. So, Queen of Swords in reverse. Well, they all flipped over. 3 of Swords in reverse. Page of Cups in reverse. And 6 of Cups. Oh, interesting. So this actually goes back 2 of Wands. This actually goes back to this Knight of Swords mother. She's showing up as a Queen of Swords in reverse. So this is somebody who was very cynical, very jaded, bitter even, would use her words to be very hurtful and hateful. And that's because Three of Swords is in reverse. She was suppressing a lot of hurt. This might have been a woman who was scorned, cheated on, abandoned, and she was trying to present with Queen of Swords in reverse. She used bitterness to like push people away because she was tired of getting hurt. But all it did was it kind of, Page of Cups in reverse. Growing up, I feel like this knight might have started off being a very sensitive child. And being around a mother like this flipped that. It made him be very combative as well with the Two of Wands. It made him learn to fight back. It's a kill or be killed world out there. With the Six of Cups, this is what he yearned for. This is what he wanted, but he never got that. So this was having to accept that life doesn't really go our way. We have to learn different things. Unfortunately, it also made him attract a feminine energy that was very similar to his mother. And maybe now he's like, no, I don't want that. I want a very feminine energy. It's different. A feminine energy that's loving, that's kind, that's compassionate. Okay. Next set. Queen of Wheels or Queen of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. The Ace of Wheels or Ace of Pentacles. And the High Priestess. With the Strength card. So it's going back a little bit to when this knight first met this Queen of Pentacles. Because remember, this is where he's coming from, right? Somebody who presented herself as very calm, very nurturing. He was so excited because it brought back to life. Instead of him having to be a Knight of Swords, he felt like he could be Knight of Cups around her. Because she was nurturing, she was, very relaxed. At least that's how she presented herself. Strength card means that she was just holding back. So he offered something stable. He wanted long-term commitment. He wanted a relationship with her. With the High Priestess energy, though, this is what's interesting. High Priestess represents our intuition. And the fact that he has his back to it means that there were red flags present that he didn't listen to. He ignored them. He was caught up in the romance of the moment. Let me ask about that. What were the red flags? What red flags were present as he was getting to know this Queen of Pentacles or Queen of Wheels? Sun card. Nine of Pentacles. Emperor. The Devil. And the World. Wow. Interesting. See, this came out, a similar theme happened yesterday where I was saying that, it's not so much the universe putting us through tests, it's that our choices create the test that we need to go through, right? So, for example, I'm going to use an example before we get into this, right? Let's say that there's a woman who has always dreamt about having somebody take care of her financially so she doesn't have to work. That's coming from an energy of being lazy, really. That's coming from the energy of being entitled. So it's not the universe creating tests for her, is that the universe is supporting the fact that, you know what, she needs to learn her lesson. So because she wants that type of person, she's trying to manifest somebody to take care of her. She'll most likely align with that, but she'll also learn the other side of that. She'll learn what it feels like to be powerless, because you're having somebody else pay your bills. They're also going to decide, they make decisions for you. You don't have a say. They control her actions. They control her life. So it's like, okay, you can have what you want, but because you're not being honest about why you want it, you're going to learn the lessons that goes with it. You see what I'm saying? So in this case, he wanted somebody nurturing, right? But he hadn't healed the toxic masculinity within himself. And if you haven't done that, you're going to keep running into something that brings that to light. So when he met this Queen of Pentacles, she was very playful, but this is Leo energy, right? Remember when I said the Six of Wands indicated she liked a lot of attention? With the Sun card, he could tell. But it wasn't just that. I feel like with the Nine of Pentacles and the Emperor, when he met this Queen of Pentacles, she was already in a connection, but she acted single. That is a red flag. And he ignored it because he just thought she was so charming and playful and funny that, hold on. That it didn't matter, you know, that she didn't have, that she was presenting herself as single. He kind of ignored it. And when he expressed thoughts that had to go with toxic masculinity, she encouraged it, which again should have been a red flag, but because he doesn't see his own red flags, he's not going to see hers, because for now they go hand in hand. With the World card, she might have been at a distance from him, so he didn't really get to know her on a one-on-one, you know, level for some time. And instead of saying, I shouldn't move forward because I don't really know this person well, right? I haven't really taken the time to understand who they are at a core level. Oh no. Mr. over here made it serious real quick. He might have traveled to her. He might have flown. If she was in a different country, he might have flown to her. Whatever he did, it was to make the situation stable. Because again, we see that here too, right? So, okay. So this is not him going in blind. This is him blinding himself because he didn't want that to be what he saw in her. Well, that one flipped over. Judgment in reverse. Yep. Not surprising, really. Seven of Cups. King of Wheels. One more, please. Okay, we've got one more. Five of Wands. And yeah, the Fool. Oh boy. With the Justice card. Wow. These two might have gotten married really quickly. We did see the Knight of Swords, like someone rushing in. So, you know, they're repeating one of their mistakes. Apparently they rushed in with this Queen of Pentacles. When they're meeting the Empress, they're also rushing in. So first of all, they're already repeating one mistake. Let's see how this develops. But Judgment in reverse tells me that they were not making very good judgment calls. So here's the thing. Discernment is something that as we mature, we should be developing. If we have not developed the ability to discern, to show good judgment, we can't really say we're mature, can we? Seven of Cups, they were showing poor judgment because they were living in this illusion of this magical life they were going to have. They were already committed, even though, Five of Wands, even though the combativeness had already began. They were like, no, I'm committed to her. She's committed to me. You know, we're going to be a one big happy family. And they were taking a leap of faith. I think they literally got married very quickly because this person was all gung-ho. I'm curious what the arguments were about, though, because we clearly see that there was always some combativeness. What would they argue over? Let's move this over here, actually. Let's look at that Five of Wands. What was the arguments over? What would they fight over? What were the arguments about? That way you'll know if it's your story or not. Page of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, Chariot, and the Justice card. Page of Pentacles. So this is a very I'm getting several things, and I know that this is a clear indication that he was not at his best either, because Page of Pentacles is somebody's appearance. So I think that there was certain clothes that she would wear. Her appearance in some way bothered him. And so they would have arguments about that, which honestly shouldn't really be an argument, because if so the way somebody dresses is that big of a deal, then that's not the person for you. But don't be going around telling people what they should or shouldn't wear. That's stupid. Let's be real. It's a grown-ass adults. You don't be telling people what to wear. Nine of Wands. I think both people were also very guarded when they came into this, which of course is going to create difficulties and tensions. And then Chariot and Justice. I'm not really sure who. I believe it's this knight, because he's showing up immediately as a king with her. Because of her appearance, though, he was obsessed with her appearance. He did want to move forward quickly and get married, which they did. So maybe he was the one that wanted to rush, and she was like, oh, I don't know. She might have been slow to commit. Either way, he didn't give up. He saw it as an objective, as a goal. Again, another mistake. People are not goals. If you like a certain person and you say, I would like to have a partner like that, that's how you say it. I would like to have a partner like that. You don't say, that's my partner, come hell or high water. That's not how it happens. And that's what he did. And with the Justice card, I think they got married really quickly. I'm sorry, guys. There's this damn fly in the room and I can't seem to kill it. Let's pull 3 more to complete this set. Seven of Wands. Eight of Swords. Wow, that's a lot, but okay. Well, we've got the Five of Cups so far with the King of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Death card, and the Chariot. See, this quickly devolved into something that left this Knight, and the Queen both disappointed. It left them disappointed. It left them like with a sour taste in their mouth. Like, well, this isn't what I expected. Interestingly enough, when this card came out, what I got was that before, hold on, I need to drink some water. I'm thirsty. Before they were married, remember when I said she liked a lot of attention, right? And it is showing up right beneath the Seven of Cups, which to me can also indicate having a lot of options. One of the things that she would say whenever he would say, you know, like, I don't know that I like you talking to all these people at the same time, she would say something like, well, you haven't claimed me yet. So it would make him think, okay, so once we're married, that'll change. Meanwhile, she saw it like, oh, you're caging me in, you're being too restrictive. He was a little controlling because he is showing up with the King of Wands. And as we can tell, you know, there was some control issues here, especially with the Chariot. But Nine of Wheels, she still continued acting single. And remember, she had already done that in the past. This showed up as one of the energies. She was already committed to an emperor before, and she would still act single. Now she's committed to him. Maybe he, you know, pulled her away from that emperor because, again, he saw her as an objective, a goal. And she's doing the same thing to him. She's acting single. She's acting like she's not committed. With the Death card and the Five of Cups, it's changing his perception of her. Because he used to think, you know, this Queen of Pentacles is sweet, is committed, is different from my mother. And he's realizing he chose a very similar woman to his mother without realizing it, right? It's subconscious. With the Chariot card, he made this his objective. He made this his goal. But what was the main mistake here? Eight of Wands. Moved way too quickly. There was no time to actually get to know this person. There was no actual bond built. It was like very much based on passion. It was very much based on attraction and not so much true love. Let's see. Next set. Get the Five of Cups, surprise, surprise. The Ten of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. With the Four of Wheels. You know, I had kind of gotten this energy at the beginning, and this just confirms it. I just hadn't mentioned it. I don't know why. The very first time the Queen of Pentacles came out as a clarifier, I got the energy, but it was very faint, which is why I didn't say it, but now it's getting stronger. Queen of Pentacles is also an opportunist. She chooses partners who are very wealthy, but it's never enough. So let's say she gets with somebody who makes $50,000 a year. She's always on the lookout for somebody who makes 6 figures a year. Once she meets somebody who makes 6 figures a year, she's looking for somebody who makes more than $500,000 a year. And again, she's always like trying to climb, like a social climber. That's what I felt. So with the Four of Pentacles, now this knight is concerned because he showed up as a King of Pentacles, which means he has several sources of income. He's very comfortable. So now he's concerned about how he's going to keep his wealth, because in a rush, if he married her in a rush, he probably didn't have a prenup. He probably didn't have any type of documentation prepared of what was his and what was hers. And they haven't already been married long, and he's already concerned about his finances, about what she's going to try and take. 10 of Wands. Because she shows up as a Queen of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles, I feel like she's very used to living a luxurious lifestyle, which is why she chooses men with money, because she likes expensive shit. And he's sitting here like, oh my God, I don't know if I can do this. 6 of Wands. There was something about her. He chose her because something about the way she looks, something about the way she presents herself, makes a lot of people interested in her, right? And he thought he was victorious. Interestingly enough, most Ace of Swords seem victorious, but look at this. Like, it's victory, but it's wrapped up in a snake. Which means this victory ended up biting him in the ass. And he never saw that coming. He never expected that. Eight of Wands. Yeah, again, it was too fast. Temperance. Seven of Swords. Yeah, the Devil. That one flipped over. Knight of Wands. Uh-oh. King of Swords. Okay. Well, interestingly enough, this knight, through his interactions with this Queen of Pentacles, has transformed into a King of Swords. So he started off as a knight, which means he was very, especially a swords, he was very impetuous, wanted things quickly, wanted them now, didn't want to have to wait. Now he's showing up as a King of Swords. But see, here's the thing. He showed up as a knight again with the Empress. So it's like he transformed from knight to king with the Queen of Pentacles, but because he thought she doesn't deserve for me to jump at her beck and call anymore, right? But it's almost like because he went back to being a knight when the story started with the Empress, he may see it as he only resorts to the king whenever he's in dire situations, which shouldn't be the case. It's the opposite. He should be the king in most situations and turn into the knight occasionally. So, start off with 8 of Wands. He moved too quickly, and that's something that he's still struggling to acknowledge, because a piece of him probably is very proud of how quickly he could get somebody like the Queen of Pentacles to want to marry him. But moving quickly, especially in relationships, is never... It's not a forte. It's nothing to be proud of. It's nothing to brag about. It just means that there's no strong foundation, because good things take time to build. And if something happens quickly, it's most likely a fling. It's most likely going to end just as quickly. However it starts is how it's going to end. So with Temperance card here, what the universe is trying to teach him is to temper himself. What the universe is trying to teach him is slow down, learn patience, learn moderation. Now we've got 7 of Swords, the Devil, Knight of Wands. These are terrible energies in combination. Because either one, this Queen of Pentacles is also, not only is she combative, not only is she very bossy and dominating, she could also be promiscuous. And a liar, and toxic. And all three combined. Or part of the reason why the universe is trying to teach this king knight to emperor himself, to temper himself is because he lost hope in the connection he had with this Queen of Pentacles. Maybe he's the one that went into promiscuous, toxic liar mode. Like, well, it doesn't matter what I do. People are going to be shitty anyways. That's not, no. Let's clarify. Let's see, who is it that's in this Seven of Swords, Devil, Knight of Wands energy? Who is in the Seven of Swords, Devil, Knight of Wands energy? Who's in this energy? Seven of Swords again. Temperance again. Two of Swords. Seven of Pentacles. Let's get a couple more. Yeah, no shit. Ace of Wands. Wow. Okay. Knight of Wands in reverse again. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. And the Tower. Oh, wow. Okay, so let's break this down, shall we? Eight of Pentacles. I feel like because this knight is concerned about his finances, he's not going to go anywhere, right? It's not like he's going to get divorced anytime soon. But they both, Seven of Swords showed up twice. They both lied to each other. Knight of Wands also showed up twice. They both cheat on each other. So the universe actually, it's funny because it's like the universe aligned two people who are almost exactly alike, because it's teaching them this is what you're like when you're with someone else. So, okay. Let me explain that a little bit more. Somebody who's the type of person who usually manipulates, gaslights, cheats. Those are the ones who move quick, right? Because they don't have patience. They don't know how to build stable bonds. Before, maybe this king had a string of broken hearts behind him. And the universe is like, you know what? I need to align you with someone who's like you, so that you know what it's like for those people who you left behind to be with someone like you. And this queen could also had a string of broken hearts behind her. And again, the universe is like, I'm going to align you with somebody just like you. Temperance is here twice. The universe is fighting fire with fire. Using each other to show what they've been in denial of, what they've been like, no, I'm not like that. They both don't feel, because here's the thing, nobody likes to be called a liar. Nobody. Even people who are expert liars don't like it when you call them out on lying. It sounds ugly. Calling somebody a liar sounds very ugly, so nobody likes that word. Even people who are professional liars. So these two were the type of people that you would never catch them admitting a lie. You would never catch them admitting that they were manipulative, that they were gaslighters, that they were easily, they were easy to betray somebody that cared for them. You would never catch them admitting that, because they don't believe themselves to be that type of person. They think that they're quite a catch because they're hot. Ace of Wands energy. So the universe said, okay, let's put these two hot people together and see how they do with each other. And they're both promiscuous as hell. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Neither one of them actually takes commitment seriously. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. They both act single, actually. So it bothered him when she would do it, but apparently he would do it too. So with the Tower, it's like forcing, it's creating triggers. They're triggering the hell out of each other. Because let me explain something. Usually, manipulation, gaslighting, lying, those are usually self-defense mechanisms. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but I'm telling you this as a healer. Those are self-defense mechanisms. Children learn to lie through their environment. So let's say that, somebody grew up in an environment where if you told the truth, you would get a beating. Or depending on somebody's mood, you might get a beating. Those are the children that learn to lie. Those are the children that learn to manipulate. They have to, because it's a defense mechanism. It's through manipulation that they learn survival. So unfortunately, because they're not aware of that, it just becomes part of their personality if they're not careful, right? And obviously children don't know to be careful. So they develop into this type of person. So they're triggering each other because it's like bringing to light, how to put this, like they're a reflection of each other, of the worst part. It's forcing a mirror to be in front of each other because they are each other's mirror, but not in a good way. So all it's doing is triggering the hell out of each other because they're realizing who they actually are through their interaction. So here's another thing. This knight who's running into this empress, as we go, we'll see, have they actually learned their lesson? Have they understood who they were and are now different? Or are they just dumping the Queen of Pentacles because they're like, no, she's terrible. I'm going to go get me an empress, and yet they're carrying all of this with them. Well, we're about to find out. How many rows is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is the 10th row. So I'm going to stop part 1 here. And those of you who have already paid the subscription, I will see you on the other side. Let's do part 2. Okay. And if you guys enjoyed it, resonated with it, please make sure to comment, react, share. I appreciate all of that, especially people who send stars. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. See you on the other side. Bye-bye.